All right, Todd, do that. Do this.
I still like, you know what? Every single time I listen to Bob, I always learn something.
Yeah.
And even if it's something I knew once before, it's always good to reiterate it. So thank you, Bob, for all you do. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for joining us today. Today, we're going over the Greater Phoenix Metropolitan Housing Statistics for the week ending July 30th. And of course, today is the last day of the month. So next week, you can expect the month end report. But there's some things changing. Let's take a look. 72 days closed on market, a month's supply at just over 2 months. Our absorption rate's at 46.91. Our list price at $791,000. Our average sale price this past week at $593,000, and our list price to sale price retention at 97.96. Inventory, 11,877 active. This, and please remember, I take out the contingent offers. I take out the pending offers. Why get our clients all excited about a property they can't have and then have them use that property to compare every other property to? So this is exactly what's available in active. Pending is at 3594. Closed units month for the month of that we just passed, July, is at 4853. Month to date, today we'll finish up those last numbers. New listings this past week, we only took 1,696 new listings. That was up, though, so that's a good thing. Average days on market for the entire MLS is increasing again. We're now at 100 days, and for the closed inventory at 56. Under 500,000 seems to be holding right about 50% of the entire MLS inventory, comprised of properties less than $500,000. 500,000 to $1 million is at 35.7%, and our list $1 million and up category is at 14.3. Taking a look at the spreadsheet where everybody gets to be the expert. What is an expert and what is not an expert? An expert is you give a number and you can't justify it.
Or all you got to do is just know more than the other person.
Well, yeah, but then eventually that catches up. So, but if you have something to compare it to, you can say, well, this past week, this is what's taken place. And that's those two columns to the left of the colored columns in the center. And then, of course, you want to know, well, how's it compare to last year the same week? Those second columns, both 2022 and 2021. And then way over to the right-hand side, of course, you have month-over-month comparisons. So taking a look, we were at 1497 this 2 weeks ago. Last week, we were at 1696. Sounds good, but we need to be at 2400. As you can see by both center columns there, the 2022, 2021. In both instances, we were close to about 2200 units added to inventory those weeks. So when we're not getting those kinds of numbers, obviously inventory is going to be shrinking. 11,877 is where we're at. Ever so tiny a move, though. But here's the problem. Last year, we had 18,000. I remember having these conversations, Mike, where we were saying, this is great. We've got 18,000. Last year, we only had 5,500 or 7,700. Well, this is the time when the tides are opposite. And again, a great purpose for being able to reflect 18,600 last year. So we're only at 11,000. Wow. So we do have an inventory issue. What comprises that 11,800? 491 coming soon, 9,436 single family detached, 2,584 new home construction properties that are in the MLS being marketed. Of course, there's many more out there in the real world. 11,835 non-distressed. So it's a good sign, but it's not a good sign. The good sign is we're not at 5,500 pending, which is where we belong. We're only at 3,500, which is similar to last year. But as you can see, 2 years ago, we're at 5,200 and 5,500. If you slide your eyes even farther, so you're in the first blue column, you'll see that in 2022 of June, we had 6,500. Slide your eyes just to the further right. In May, we had 8,000. So we had 8,000 people under contract at any one time in May of 22, 6,500 in June of 22, 3,500 this past month. So that is a golden ticket. Why? Because instead of having 5,500, an additional 2,000 properties in escrow every single month, imagine what it would look like if every month we were eating up another 2,000 properties out of that money. We'd be out. So close to date, this is, again, 4,853 is where we are so far, 5,200 this same time last year. One of the things we've seen is we're seeming to be somewhere between 5 to 8% off of last year, which is a really good number because the first 3 months of this year, we were in the 20s, 20% off. So this is a good sign, again, that some of you that are putting your nose to the grindstone, are communicating with people, are explaining to people why 6% interest is actually okay, understanding what 4% appreciation means compounded year over year. The market is still exceptionally stable here in Arizona. Yes, we need new builder product, but beyond that, and again, the moratorium that Katie Hobbs, our governor, put into place, just the real world of this, that's a 3% shortage in 100 years from today. So everything at this particular moment has a 100-year water supply. If your property is already standing, it's not like you're going to have a problem. People aren't coming to Arizona. But good. One thing Arizona has always done with AAR is been great water management people, some of the best in the industry. So it's comforting to know that. And who knows, maybe we are finally, truthfully, out of that 15-year drought. 2.1 market month supply, a little bit of a shrinkage there. We like 2.5 or better. Sale prices and everything, yes, they're jumping back and forth. But again, what we need to know is they're not going that much over and above the sale price to list price retention. And when we would see the sale price to list price retention going over 100%, what you're seeing there, what it's saying to you, is that the consumers realize they've got the product and the buyers don't. And as a result, they want more than list price, more competitive than the market would be otherwise. Well, we're at 97.96, which is right about the national statistic way over on the left-hand side. And let me repeat that, the Arizona statistic. I apologize for the Greater Phoenix metropolitan market only. 97.8 is where we've been. So again, those are some good numbers. Just slide your eyes a little bit to the goldenrod, 101. That's the example in the reciprocal analogy. So the market is good, Mike, and yet at the same time, it's slow. So we'll see how that goes.